If you've been on YouTube lately, you have probably seen videos like this blowing up all over the platform right now. This YouTube channel called Fern has pulled in nearly 20 million views this month alone. Then another channel in the same space has managed to get over 5 million views in the same time frame. And there are tons of other channels in this niche getting massive attention right now, all by posting videos in the cinematic 3D documentary format. And when you consider that channels like these can have an RPM of around $3 to $6, and then connect that with the amount of views they are getting every single month, the earning potential in this niche is definitely not something to ignore. Now, I've already covered how to create videos in this niche before, but because of the amount of messages I've received from you asking me to create an updated version using only free AI tools, I decided to make this full God mode tutorial that contains everything. From how to perfectly brand your channel, to how to create high retention scripts, generate the visuals, create the voiceover, edit the full video, and finally optimize everything so your videos have the best possible chance to perform well. And trust me, this is just a fraction of what you're about to learn, because we'll also go deeper into how to avoid common mistakes that can hurt monetization, how to stay away from the low views trap, and how to build your channel in a way that actually looks professional from the start. And the craziest part is that we'll be doing all of this using only free AI tools. So if you don't have a big budget to get started, this video will guide you through the entire process from start to finish. So if you're watching this right now, you've basically found the full blueprint. After this video, you won't need to jump between dozens of random tutorials about the same topic, because I designed this to be beginner-friendly, while still showing you how to create cinematic, high-quality videos that genuinely stand out. So with that being said, the first thing you need to do is create a perfectly branded channel, because if your channel looks low quality, it can seriously hurt your first impression and your overall performance. Now to start off, open the video resources, which I have specifically created so you won't have to spend hours creating prompts. And you can find the file inside my free Telegram channel linked below. Once you are in, start by copying the entire channel name prompt, which is this one right here. Next, open a new ChatGPT session and paste the prompt into the prompt section. With that done, click on the Generate button, and just like that, ChatGPT will provide you with a list of 5 channel name ideas that are specifically made for this niche. These names are designed to be original, but I still recommend doing a quick check to make sure the name is not already being used by another channel or brand. With that done, open the video resources again, and this time make sure to copy the entire channel description and logo prompt, which is this one right here. Then open the same ChatGPT session from before and paste the prompt into the prompt section. Now you need to go through the names above, copy the name that you have chosen, and paste it into the name section right here so that ChatGPT knows which name you selected. With that done, once you use this exact prompt, ChatGPT will first provide you with a fully optimized channel description, and then it will also give you a full text-to-image prompt that you can use to create the channel logo. So now that everything is set, start by copying the channel logo prompt from here, and then head over into Flow, which we will use to generate the channel logo. Once you are in, the first thing that you need to do is paste the prompt into the prompt section right here. Next, open the settings and select the 1:1 ratio, then set the output amount to 4, and as for the model, you can select the Nano Banana 2 model. Now, with that done, simply run the prompt that you pasted. And once it's done, as you can see, we have created a set of 4 logo samples that we can use for our channel. At the end, make sure to choose the one that you like the most, then download it using the original size, and that's pretty much it. Now that you have created all of the assets for your channel, simply open the YouTube Studio and create a channel using everything that you have created so far. I'm sure most of you already know how to do this, so I won't spend too much time here. Now, an important thing that you need to do is open the settings on the left side, then navigate into the channel section, and under feature eligibility, you will find a field where you need to confirm your phone number. Basically, this helps confirm to YouTube that there is a real person behind the channel, and it can make your channel setup look more legitimate. Now, another important thing is that before you post any videos, make sure to use your channel naturally for a week or two. That means you can watch some videos, leave comments, and naturally engage with other creators. This step is very important because you always want to follow YouTube's policies, and this can help your account build normal activity in a legitimate way. So now that you have created a professionally branded channel, you are ready for the next step, where I will show you how to create a highly engaging video script. And I won't just show you how to create a bad and robotic script. Instead, I will show you a way to create scripts that are built with stronger structure, better pacing, and stronger hooks, using a powerful method that not many creators are using, so make sure to watch closely. Now to start off, you need to find a high-performing channel in this niche. And if you are having trouble, here I'm showing you some good examples that you can use. Once that's done, the next thing that you need to do is select as many rows as possible, and you can simply follow exactly what I'm doing right here. With that out of the way, open a new ChatGPT session and paste everything into the prompt section. Then scroll down, and at the end simply ask it to remember the information without replying. This is important because it helps ChatGPT use that information as context for the next steps. Now with that done, open the video resources again, but this time make sure to copy the entire idea creation prompt from start to finish. Next, head back into ChatGPT and paste the prompt into the prompt section below. With that done, click on the Generate button, and just like that, ChatGPT will provide you with a list of 5 video ideas specifically made for this niche. But the most important thing is that the ideas are designed to feel unique and original, because in order for your videos to gain traction, your ideas should always feel fresh while still matching the proven structure of the niche. Also, for each idea, ChatGPT will provide you with an estimated virality potential, along with a short overview, which will help you pick the idea that fits your channel the best. Now with that out of the way, let me show you how to create the actual script. I have created a full custom GPT that I specifically optimized for the 3D documentary niche. I spent hours refining it for the best possible results, and you can use it for free through the link that I provided in the video description below. Now the first thing that you need to do is copy the idea that you like the most. Next, open the custom GPT and paste the idea into the prompt section below. With that done, in the mode section, I recommend setting the mode to extended, since it usually gives much better results, but you can also use the standard mode if you want. So now that everything is set, click on the Generate button. After that, ChatGPT will ask you how long you want the final voiceover to be in minutes. Basically, you just need to enter the target length of your video. In my case, I will enter 2 minutes just to keep the example simple, but for actual uploads, I recommend aiming for around 8 to 15 minutes for a more complete documentary-style script. Now with that out of the way, simply click on the Generate button again, which will start the script creation process. And once it's done, ChatGPT will provide you with a full video script designed to be engaging, including strong hooks, twists, and pacing, while still maintaining that cinematic documentary feel by delivering the story in a structured and detailed way. And while I was going through this exact script, I noticed that it stands out because it doesn't feel like generic AI-generated content. Instead, it feels much more natural, structured, and original, which is extremely important for creating a high-performing video. So now that you have created a highly engaging script, the next thing that you need to do is create a realistic voiceover that matches the documentary vibe. To do this, we will use a tool called 11 Labs, which works really well for this type of voiceovers. Now once you are in, the first thing that you need to do is paste the entire video script that you created earlier, and make sure that it doesn't include any extra text. If everything looks good, open the Voices section on the right side, where you will find a lot of different voices that you can use. Now this step is completely up to you, because you need to find the voice that you like the most. But in my case, I will use the George voice, since it matches the documentary vibe really well, so feel free to use the same voice. Next, in the model section, I recommend setting the model to 11v2, since it works well for natural-sounding voiceovers. And finally, in the settings below, you can usually leave everything as it is, but this really depends on the voice that you are using. So now that everything is set, click on the Generate button below, which will start the voiceover creation process. And once it's done, your voiceover will be fully complete. Now don't forget to download the voiceover by clicking on the download button on the right side, and that's pretty much it. So now that you have created a voiceover for your video, let's start with the visual creation process, where I will show you how to create these 3D documentary style images that will match your script. And this step is very important, because if you don't follow the exact process that I'm using, your images can end up looking inconsistent or low quality, so make sure to watch closely. Now to start off, open the same ChatGPT session that you used to create the script, and then simply type continue. Once you run the command, ChatGPT will begin the image prompt creation process. And once the entire process is finished, ChatGPT will provide you with a full list of text-to-image prompts that are designed around your video script. Now the important part is that ChatGPT will automatically estimate the length of your script, and based on that, it will generate the amount of image prompts needed to cover the entire video. Honestly, this custom GPT saves a huge amount of time, because if you were to do this manually, you would probably spend hours testing and improving prompts until you finally got the results that you wanted. Now also, as you can see, there are these filler prompts, which are designed to fill out parts that are longer in the script. Basically, you should generate those images as well, although they are optional. So now that you have created all of the image prompts, let me show you how to generate the images without using credits. For this step, we will use Flow. Now once you are in, start by opening the settings below, and then copy all of the settings that I'm using right here, since they work really well for the long-form documentary format. Next, head back into ChatGPT and copy the prompt for the first scene. Then head back into Flow, paste the prompt into the prompt section below, and make sure to remove any extra text that is above the main prompt so everything stays clean. Now, with that out of the way, click on the Generate button below, and just like that, Flow will provide you with an image that represents the first part of your script. As you can see, the image came out really good because the character included in it is shown as this white faceless mannequin, and the entire image is created in the 3D style, which is exactly what we are looking for. So now that you have created the image for the first scene, head back into ChatGPT, but this time copy the next prompt in the list, then head back into Flow, paste the prompt into the prompt section, and once again make sure to remove any extra text that is above the main prompt. Now that everything is set, click on the Generate button below, and just like that, Flow will provide you with a brand new image that represents the next part of your script. Now this one came out really good as well because the same faceless character is included in the image, while all of the other details are still created in the 3D style and look visually consistent. In my opinion, this is one of the easiest ways to create images for this niche, because Flow is fairly consistent, and the images it generates are high quality, which helps make the final result look much smoother and cleaner. So now that you understand the process of generating the images, what you need to do is repeat the same workflow until you have used all of the prompts that you created. At the end, don't forget to download all of the images that you generated using the original size. And with that out of the way, you are now ready for the next step, where I will show you how to bring the images to life. Now to animate the images, I will show you two different methods using two different AI tools, so that at the end you can choose the method that works best for you, so make sure to watch closely. To start off, open the same ChatGPT session that you have been using so far, and then simply type continue. Once that's done, run the command. And just like that, ChatGPT will begin the video prompt creation process. And once the process finishes, it will provide you with a list of animation prompts that you will use to animate the images. Basically, ChatGPT will generate the same number of animation prompts as the image prompts that you created previously, and all of the prompts will be made to match the 3D documentary style. So now that all of the prompts are complete, let's start with the first animation method, where we will use Flow to animate all of the images. To start off, open a new project in Flow, then open the settings and make sure to enable the video creation feature. Next, select the ingredients mode, then set the aspect ratio to 16:9. And as for the model, you can use VO Lite since it's fairly affordable and works well for this type of animation. With that done, click on the upload button and then upload the image for the first scene, which is basically the first image that you created. Now that you have selected the correct image, the next thing that you need to do is head over into ChatGPT and copy the animation prompt for the first image. Next, head back into Flow, paste the prompt into the prompt section below, and then remove any unwanted text above the main prompt. Now, with the prompt cleaned up, click on the Generate button below, and just like that, Flow will provide you with a full video generated from your image. And to be honest, the result looks really good because the camera zoom is smooth, the character motion looks natural, and the overall quality is solid, which is exactly what we want. Now, just as an example, I have already generated the video for the second image, and as you can see, this one came out really solid as well. For this one, the camera movement is even smoother, and there aren't any major distortions in the video, which is really nice. So now that you know how to animate the images by using the Flow method, let me show you another method where we will use Meta AI, and this one can be used for free, so watch closely. To start off, open Meta AI, and then upload the image for the first scene, which is the first image in your batch. With that out of the way, head back into ChatGPT and copy the animation prompt for the first image. Next, head back into Meta AI, paste the prompt into the prompt section, and don't forget to remove any unwanted text above the main prompt, since this is very important. So now that everything is set, click on the Generate button below, and just like that, Meta AI will provide you with a full video generated from the first image. And considering that we aren't using paid credits for this method, the final quality actually came out really solid. Now I have generated another video so you can see how this one turned out as well, and in my opinion, the videos generated using Meta are surprisingly good, especially considering that the generation process is fairly fast. Now what you need to do is choose the method that works best for you, and then repeat the same process until you have used all of the animation prompts that you created. And this process is very straightforward, so I don't think we need to spend too much time here. So now that you have animated all of the images, the next crucial thing that you need to do is find background music and sound effects that match the documentary niche. And this step is actually pretty simple, so let me show you how it's done. Now for this step, we will use a website called Pixabay. Once you are in, start by selecting the music filter, and then in the search section, you can simply search by using the documentary keyword. And once you click search, you will see a large selection of tracks that match the documentary vibe. Now this step is very simple, because all you need to do here is find a background track that fits the atmosphere of your video, and then download it by clicking on the download button right next to the track. And that's pretty much it. Now as for the sound effects, start by selecting the sound effects filter, and just like that, the mode will switch to sound effects only. With that done, you simply need to search using the keyword that matches the type of effect that you want. And just like that, a list of matching sound effects will appear. Now this step is basically the same as before, so all you need to do is search for the effects that fit your video, and then download them in the exact same way as before. For this step, I actually recommend slowly going through your script part by part, and based on what is happening in each section, search for sound effects that match those moments, and that's pretty much it. So now that you have gathered all of the assets for your video, you are finally ready to start with the video editing process, where I will show you how to edit the entire video from start to finish. Now for this step, we will use an editing tool called CapCut, so go ahead and open it. Now the first thing that you need to do is import all of the assets that you have gathered so far, which include all of the videos, the voiceover, the background music, and the sound effects. Now with that out of the way, let me show you how to create a cool animation that will be used as the intro for the documentary. A lot of creators in this niche use this style of intro animation, so let me show you how it's done. Now to start off, select the video for the first scene and place it into the editing timeline below. Next, trim the video so that the length is around 0.2 seconds, just like I'm doing right here. With that done, select the third or fourth video based on the script and place it right next to the first one. Next, trim that video as well, but this time make it slightly shorter than the first one. The entire goal here is to place videos into the timeline while gradually making each clip shorter and shorter, which creates a fast-paced intro effect. You can simply follow what I'm doing right here, and you should be good to go. Now once you are done, the final result should look similar to what I have right here. And as you can see, we have created a cool intro animation that quickly moves through different scenes while gradually increasing the speed, which fits the documentary style perfectly. So now that the animation is set, import a full black image and place it at the end of your timeline. Then trim it so that the length is just slightly longer than the final clip in your intro animation. This step is very important, and you will understand why once I show you the final result. So now that the intro animation is fully complete, the next thing that you need to do is place the voiceover right where the animation ends. You can simply follow what I'm doing right here so it's easier to understand. With that out of the way, select the video for the first scene and place it right next to the black image in the editing timeline. Next, slowly go through the voiceover and trim the video right where that section ends, so the video fits its dedicated scene correctly. Now with the first video in place, select the video for the second scene and place it right next to the first one in the timeline. Then, just like before, go through the voiceover slowly and trim the video right where that section ends so that the timing matches properly. Now this process is very simple, because all you need to do is place the videos one by one until you reach the end of the timeline. And just to save some time, I have already done that, and as you can see, all of my videos match the voiceover properly, and everything looks nice and clean. Now with that out of the way, if your videos include sound, make sure to select all of the videos in your timeline, then open the audio section on the right side and lower the volume to 0, since you don't need the original audio included in the final edit. So now that everything is set, let's add the sound effects. To start off, we first need to add a sound effect to our intro, and for the intro I recommend using a riser effect, since it matches the intro animation really well. Once you add the effect, make sure that it ends exactly where the intro animation ends, and you should be able to do this pretty easily. Now with that done, start by going through your first video, and then find a sound effect that matches what is happening in that scene. Next, place the sound effect underneath the first video, and that's pretty much it. Now, what you need to do next is go through the next video in your timeline, and find a sound effect that matches what is happening in that scene. Then simply place the sound effect right underneath that video, and that's the entire process. So now that you know how to add sound effects, you can also lower the volume of each effect that you have added. This really depends on the specific sound effects that you are using, but I usually recommend lowering the volume slightly so the effects blend more naturally into the video. And just to save some time, I have already done that, and now my entire video is filled with sound effects that match their specific scenes. But if this feels like too much work for you, you can also add sound effects only to the most important scenes in your video. Now with that out of the way, select the background music and place it right after the intro, which is exactly what I'm doing right here. So now that the background music is set, go to the end of your video and trim the track so that it perfectly matches the length of your voiceover, since you don't want the music to continue after the video ends. Next, in the settings on the right side, make sure to lower the volume of the track to around -15 to -20 so that it doesn't overpower the voiceover. Also, make sure to add a 5-second fade out to the track, since that will make the ending feel much smoother and cleaner. So now that the background track is fully set up, the next thing that you need to do is select the last video in your timeline, then open the animation section on the right side, and under the Out Animations tab, add a fade out animation to the final clip. This will make the video end much smoother and give it a more polished look. So now that all of the assets are fully set, if some of your videos look a little soft or lower quality, you can select all of the videos in your timeline, then open the adjustment section on the right side and scroll down until you find the sharpness setting. Here you can increase the sharpness to around +10 to 15, which can help make the videos appear cleaner and more detailed. And with that done, your video is now finally complete, and you are ready to export the final version. Now to export the video, open the export section and then copy the settings that I'm using right here, since they work really well for videos in this format. Finally, click on the export button, and just like that, your video will be exported. So now that the full documentary is ready, let's see how it came out.
The bedroom was dark except for one rectangle of blue light. On the desk sat a cheap laptop, a half-empty glass of water, and a teenager who thought he was doing something harmless. He was not trying to steal money. He was not trying to hurt anyone. He was following a trail, one exposed page, one forgotten server, one digital door that should have been locked but wasn't. Then the screen changed. A file appeared that looked too official to be public. Names, case numbers, internal notes. The kind of information that makes investigators stop talking and start moving. At first, he froze. Then he made the mistake that turned curiosity into evidence. He shared it. Within hours, the file was moving faster than anyone could control. A private mistake became public. A quiet bedroom became the center of something much larger. Somewhere inside a government office, an analyst opened the leak and realized this was not just embarrassing. Someone had touched a system that was supposed to be invisible. The search began with a simple question. Who found the door? Investigators traced accounts, timestamps, messages, and fragments of online conversations. They weren't looking at a mastermind in a hidden bunker. They were looking at ordinary mistakes, a reused username, a careless post, a pattern left behind by someone who believed the internet was bigger than accountability. And that was the strange part. The hacker had not launched a grand attack. He had stumbled into a weak point, panicked, and pushed it into the open. But systems do not care about intentions. Once the alarm rings, the machine starts moving. Police cars eventually stopped outside a quiet house. For the investigators, it was the end of a manhunt. For the hacker, it was the moment the screen finally became real. Because sometimes the most dangerous breach is not planned by a genius. Sometimes it starts with curiosity, a loose door, and one click too many.
I personally think that the video came out really good, but definitely share your opinion in the comments because I genuinely like to hear your thoughts. So now that you have created a full 3D documentary video, let me show you how to upload it correctly, because if you don't optimize the upload properly, your video can struggle to perform, so make sure to watch closely. Now to start off, open the YouTube studio and upload the video that you created. Once that's done, we are now basically missing everything except for the title. So while the video is still uploading, let me show you how to create a thumbnail that will really stand out. To do that, open the video resources and make sure to copy the entire thumbnail prompt from start to finish. Next, head back into the same ChatGPT session that you have been using so far and paste the prompt into the prompt section below. Once that's done, click on the Generate button, and just like that, ChatGPT will provide you with a full thumbnail prompt that you can use to create a thumbnail for your video. Now, with that out of the way, copy the full prompt from here, then open a new project in Flow and paste the prompt into the prompt section below. Next, open the settings and copy all of the settings that I'm using right here. Also, make sure to set the output amount to 4 so you have multiple options to choose from. Finally, click on the Generate button, and just like that, Flow will provide you with a set of 4 thumbnail samples that you can use for your video. As you can see, the thumbnails came out really solid because they match the 3D documentary style, include strong text hooks, and overall look visually clean. Now at the end, make sure to download the one that you like the most using the original size, and that's pretty much it. Now with that done, head back into YouTube Studio and upload the thumbnail that you just created, and just like that, your thumbnail is fully set. So now that the thumbnail is in place, let me show you how to create the most important SEO elements that can help your video become more searchable and improve its chances of performing well. To start off, open the video resources, and this time make sure to copy the video SEO prompt, which is this one right here. Next, head back into the same ChatGPT session from before and paste the prompt into the prompt section below. With that done, simply run the prompt, and just like that, ChatGPT will provide you with a fully built prompt that briefly explains what your video is about, while also including instructions related to the key optimization elements for your upload. This might seem a little confusing at first, but you'll understand why we created this exact prompt in just a moment. Now what you need to do next is copy the full prompt from here, and then head over into a tool called vidIQ, which is specifically designed to help with YouTube SEO optimization. Next, open a new chat section, which is basically a built-in AI coach that can help you with optimization, and then paste the prompt that you copied earlier. So now that everything is set, click on the Generate button, which will begin the optimization process. And once it's done, the coach will first provide you with a keyword discovery table that includes strong keywords related to the topic of your video. Next, it will generate a fully optimized video description that includes relevant keywords while still sounding natural and professional. And finally, it will provide you with a list of video tags specifically related to your video topic. Now that you have created all of the optimization elements, start by copying the full video description from here, then head back into YouTube Studio and paste it into the description section right here. Now with that out of the way, scroll down, and in the Made for Kids section, make sure to set the answer to no. Next, head back into vidIQ and copy the entire tags list from there. After that, return to YouTube Studio and paste the tags into the tags section right here. And that's pretty much it. Now, since I want to show you that the video doesn't have any major issues, if we head over into the video check section, you can see that the video currently doesn't have any copyright issues, which is obviously very important. Now, head over into the visibility section, set the video to public, and then click on the publish button below. And just like that, your video is officially live, and I genuinely congratulate you if you made it all the way to this point in the video. Now I basically showed you the entire process of creating videos in the 3D documentary niche, but at this point, everything is in your own hands. This niche is performing really well on YouTube right now, and more creators are starting to enter the space, so if you genuinely want to make this work, I definitely recommend taking action as soon as possible, instead of waiting too long. The most important thing is consistency, improving your videos over time, and continuing to learn as you go. Also, if this video helped you out, make sure to hit the like button and leave a comment below. And as always, keep pushing, and I'll see you in the next one.